Hey there, Internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of What I Feel Like Friday. And I don't really know what to talk about today. So I guess I'm landing on I've been 33 for almost a week now. Thank you to everybody who reached out with birthday wishes on Monday. It meant a lot, especially as I was kind of recovering from a very mixed bag of a weekend. It was great in that I had my friends Nikki and G and Nate and Whitney and William and Janelle, and I was hanging out with them all weekend out in Surprise. We were basically staying at a place out there while many of them were in town visiting. But I started coming down with a cold like around Thursday night, so I was basically like fighting off that cold for the entire time that they were here with us. So that was kind of the downside of the weekend, but feeling mostly recovered now, and it's just kind of been like been thinking like, is anything really changed this week? Not particularly. Another year older, definitely kind of hitting that, time that happens every few weeks, where it's like, man, I wish things moved differently. I wish my coworkers are often very afraid that I'm going to like jump ship and go find like a video game job. And I kind of sometimes wish it was as easy as they think it is. Like, one of my coworkers basically was like, knows that I'm going to PAX in Boston in a few weeks, and they were like, so you're gonna like get a new job there and never come back, right? And I was like, I wish. And like, yeah, I do wish that it was that simple, that after a few years now of kind of doing this kind of stuff and making connections and stuff, I wish it was easier, but I get that is not, and for the handful of people that have been able to kind of break in, and I do know a handful, it's not for a lack of hard work on their part, it is like a mixture of hard work, right place, right time, and at the same point, I'm kind of like, I recognize that there are jobs out there that I wouldn't take because I'm not gonna go to San Francisco for a $30,000 a year job or something like that, because I just know that I couldn't make that work. I've already lived a life where I've taken a pay cut to do a job that I really wanted, and then I didn't get any kind of like raise or compensation increase in 2 years, and so I'm not going to go through that again. The greatest kind of elements of my current job are the fact that they pay me what I think I'm worth and have since I kind of started with them. I came on board asking for way more than I was making, and they were like, yeah, we can make that work. And also the fact that I traded in like 50, 60 hour work weeks for a nice, calm, like manageable 40 hour a week. And they like discourage staying late and working past that. So, I very much kind of like don't want to go back to something less than that. And those are the kinds of things I think about, as a 33-year-old guy still living kind of a very bachelor-esque life. So I could, make the jump and be reckless and do that kind of stuff, but I don't want to. That's not what I'm looking for. And if that ultimately ends up meaning that there aren't going to be jobs in the games industry that really like call out to me or that really work for me, then I'll just keep doing it on the side and having fun with it. Because that's the most important thing for me anyway, is that I like continue having a good time, and that it doesn't become a chore in the way that sometimes these videos do, but that passes. But I don't want, like, my biggest fear has always been, as soon as I kind of set myself on this path of wanting to work in games, my biggest fear has been that history would repeat itself, and the path that I used to be on of wanting to run my own theater company or work in theater full time. As soon as I got a taste of that, I discovered it wasn't really for me. It wasn't satisfying, and so that's 10 years working towards that career and that goal, kind of down the drain. And so my big fear in games is that I would do that all over again, that I would get into the industry or something, make the move to San Francisco and be there for 6 months and be like, God, I really, really hate this. I don't want that to happen. So I'm trying to be, smart about the opportunities I go out for, smart about the connections I make, and yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about these days as a 33-year-old guy trying to make it in this crazy world. Anyway, let me know what you're up to these days. I guess, yeah, just kind of let me know how you're feeling, generally, just generally, in the comments below. Anyway, as always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. And until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.